Welcome to Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. And man, just from the opening screen, setting the tone. Love the little flashes of lightning. The ancient war of the Magi. When its flames at last receded, only the charred husk of a world remained. Even the power of magic was lost. In the 1,000 years that followed, iron, gunpowder, and steam engines took the place of magic, and life slowly returned to the barren land. Yet there now stands one who would reawaken the magic of ages past, and use its dread power as a means by which to conquer all the world. Could anyone truly be foolish enough to repeat that mistake? And yeah, we're getting right into it. Not wasting any time. There's the city. Hard to believe an Esper's been found frozen there 1,000 years after the War of the Magi. Bah, probably just another wild goose chase. I don't know. They wouldn't have let us use her unless they were confident that the intel was good. Ah, yes. Our witch. I hear she fried 50 of our magic tech armored soldiers in 3 minutes. Kinda makes her skin crawl, don't it? Relax. With that thing on her head, she's a mindless puppet. The girl won't even breathe unless we tell her to. We'll approach from the east. Move out. Alright. So, first thing I want to complain about, before we even get into the game, I do need to complain about something right off the bat. Oh, actually, maybe? We'll see. Oh, no, they did change it. In a previous update, this music did, the credits did not play. Anyway. So yeah, right into it. Despite me having a lot to say that I need to say. Also, beautiful music. Nobuo Uematsu is amazing. Man, I feel bad speaking over this music, frankly, because it's really good. So, I will say this is a little bit different from the original version of the game. Slightly different sizing on the armors, slightly different angle, slightly different coloration. So, anyway, Final Fantasy VI was originally released way back in 1994. Previous games had been directed by Hironobu Sakaguchi. He had been promoted to executive vice president of Square, which left him a lot busier. So he stayed on this one as producer, but the directing duties were passed to Yoshinori Kitase and Hiroyuki Ito. Oh, okay. All right, so it just shows the intro and then gets to this. Anyway, yeah. Directed by Yoshinori Kitase, who had co-directed 5, and Hiroyuki Ito, who had been involved in the game, in the series for a while already, who had been involved in the franchise for a while already. Kitase was in charge of event production and scenario, basically meaning the story, and Ito was in charge of the battle aspects. And similar to the way they were already going with 4 and 5, the story and battle screens did merge a lot more than usual. It did continue to merge more than usual. A lot of other people involved. Concept art, again, primarily by Yoshitaka Amano, though, again, he was not the only one. Tatsuya Nomura did a lot of art. Hideo Minaba was a big one there. Tetsuya Takahashi was also a major figure in this one. And, once again, Kazuko Shibuya as the primary sprite artist. Which, yeah, I mean, she'd been there from the start. So, she was one of the people who'd been there from the start. Sadly, she would be absent for the next couple of games. She did come back for Dimensions and Final Fantasy IX, and she worked on other stuff as well. But after this one, she does take the next couple Final Fantasy games off. Music, once again. And her role is arguably bigger than ever in this one. You know, as the sprite artist, she was always, fairly major part, but the sprite art does play a bigger role than usual in this one. Also returning, as I mentioned, Nobuo Uematsu, one of the best composers in the video game industry, in the history of the video game industry. He almost did not return for this one. He was getting very much burned out from all the work he'd been doing at Square. Because for a while he'd been their only composer. They did bring in someone else to assist him, but he was still the main composer for all the games. Did a lot of sound design for a lot of games. And it was 20 games in 7 years. It was just a lot of work, and he was getting burned out. He was ready to leave not just Square, but video games. He almost quit the video game industry. He was convinced to stay on, and he delivered a knockout soundtrack. One of the most popular soundtracks of the franchise. Which is saying something, because every Final Fantasy game has a popular soundtrack, just about. This was the last Final Fantasy game to appear on the Super Nintendo. It was, in fact, the last Final Fantasy game to be Nintendo exclusive at all. It's the last Final Fantasy game to appear on any Nintendo console for a good few years. The reasons for that I will get into when I start Final Fantasy VII. But, yeah. For all those lasts, though, it was also kind of a notable first. This was the first Final Fantasy game to be featured in Jump magazine, specifically its sister magazine V Jump, sister publication. Sakaguchi had been trying for a while to get Jump magazine to spotlight Final Fantasy. When I did my playthrough of 4, I mentioned that he worked very closely with the editor of 4, or of Jump magazine, to improve the story for Final Fantasy 4. In this one, he actually finally managed to get the story good enough that the editor was like, okay, fine. So it's featured in V Jump magazine, a lot of promotional material, some promotional comics, and promotional video, which included sort of footage of the game, footage of development, things like that, but is most notable for a song that's featured. Uematsu and Ito composed a song called "Approaching Premonition," which the development team all got together to sing. You can find the video out there of the group singing. It is very interesting. It is definitely them having a lot of fun. It is genuinely phenomenal. It sold great in Japan, not so great in North America. Estimates seem to be anywhere from 300 to 500,000 units sold in North America when it was released as Final Fantasy 3. Because again, 2 and 3 were not released in North America, so 4 was released as 2. 5 not released, so 6 was released as 3. And yeah, it didn't have great sales, which is interesting because it's one of the most beloved Final Fantasy games in the West. Not quite as much in Japan, but in the West, it's hugely influential. People love it. It is regularly ranked as not just one of the best Final Fantasy games, not just one of the best RPGs, but as one of the best video games ever. Whenever you look at lists of the greatest video games of all time, odds are pretty good Final Fantasy VI will be ranked pretty high up there. If it's not in the top 10, it's going to be in the top 25. It is beloved, despite the fact that people didn't really buy it back then. Sakaguchi actually, whenever people tell Sakaguchi that it's their favorite Final Fantasy, he jokes, then why didn't you buy it? Which, fair. Speaking of the North American release, the localization was done by Ted Woolsey, who'd done a couple other games for Square at that point. He was given 30 days, which is a ridiculously short amount of time, because he had to play through the game, and he was given files, but they weren't in any particular order. So he had to it was really hard for him to, it took a lot of effort to figure it out, and he did. It wasn't a perfect job, but given the limitations he was operating under, it was a really impressive job that he did for 30 days, while still operating under the limitations of Nintendo of America's censorship policies. Because Nintendo of America was very, very censorious. So, references to alcohol had to be removed. Religious connotations had to be removed. References to death had to be removed. And there's a very notable scene that is very much about death. So, given the limitations, damned impressive work that he did. Other versions of the game, other re-releases used original script. Tom Slattery is the one whose script is mostly used. As mentioned, Wolsey also had to change some names. He had to change a fair number of names. A lot of them just because of character limits. Which, there was no way getting around that. Other names were changed for other reasons, and I will discuss those as we go along. Speaking of later versions of the game, the same way that 3 and 4 got 3D remakes for the Nintendo DS, there were plans for 5 and 6 to get similar 3D remakes. Those did end up falling through. So it's very much what might have been for that. In terms of the Pixel Remaster, it is one of the more controversial of the Pixel Remaster releases. Like, of the first 6 games, the Remaster of 6 is one of the more controversial. There's a few changes that were made that a lot of people are not fans of. We actually saw a couple of changes in that opening cutscene. And one very, very, very major scene, very notable scene, that was massively overhauled in a way that is extremely divisive. People who are familiar with this, with Final Fantasy VI, probably know which scene I'm talking about. If you do, don't spoil it. But yeah, I will talk about it when we get to it. And there's actually going to be a lot to talk about with this game. Way more than there was for 5, frankly. I imagine I probably missed out on a lot of opportunities for trivia when I was playing 5, but this one, yeah, there's a lot. A lot of interesting information about it. Before I get started, I do also want to mention that this game had some brutal crunch. When it was getting close to the release time, oh man, the crunch was vicious, even for video game industry. Basically, everyone was pulled in to work on debugging. It was bad. Unfortunately, that is so common in the industry, and I do not like that. Developers need to be better about, or publishers need to be better about giving the developers more time and letting them, hey, we'll push it back a month. But that's neither here nor there. For now, let's get into the game. And it's going to show this bit again. Ancient War of the Magi. Flames at last receded. Only the charred husk of a world remained. Even the power of magic was lost. In the 1,000 years that followed, iron, gunpowder, and steam engines took the place of magic, and life slowly returned to the barren land. Yet there now stands one who would reawaken the magic of ages past, and use its dread power as a means by which to conquer all the world. Could anyone truly be foolish enough to repeat that mistake? The original game was this was darker. The screen, like the sky was a lot darker. This makes it look more, dusk-like. In the original, it was very much night. There's the city. These hard to believe, and Esper's been found frozen there 1,000 years after the War of the Magi. Bah, probably just another wild goose chase. I don't know. They wouldn't have let us use her unless they were confident the intel was good. Ah, yes. Our witch. I hear she fried 50 of our Magitech armored soldiers in 3 minutes. Kinda makes her skin crawl, don't it? Relax. With that thing on her head, she's a mindless puppet. The girl won't even breathe unless we tell her to. We'll approach from the east. Move out. And then, yeah. Also in the original release, other versions of this game, the armors are a little bit smaller. In other versions, just to and the angle is a little bit different, so the town shows up sooner. And yeah, this music is great. Keep the theme in mind. This basic theme is going to be, something that'll be relevant. So Biggs and Wedge. In the SNES translation, Biggs was accidentally named Wedge, or was accidentally named Vix. That was an error. That was just them missing out on the reference. Biggs and Wedge. Star Wars. They're two of the rebel pilots in Star Wars. This is the first appearance of Biggs and Wedge. Those are names we will see a lot in this franchise. Those are very much recurring names. Which is very cute. And now we get to the actual game. The girl takes point. And don't waste time on the riffraff. Remember what we're here for. Let's move. And here we are in Nersh. Biggs and Wedge, soldiers. Gee, I wonder if these two are going to be important. Given their sprites are completely identical. And the girl. Wait. Default speed, run. And as usual with the pixel remasters, you can play around with the with certain things to change the difficulty. All right. So. I'll walk forward. Imperial Magitech armor. Not even Narsh is safe anymore. And yeah, Magitech. So right off the bat, something we're seeing is, hey, Biggs and Witch leveled up. Good for them. So one thing we're seeing right off the bat, before we even really get into the game, sci-fi. Previous Final Fantasy games included sci-fi elements. Yeah, right from the first game, the floating castle the flying castle in the original game was a space station. I mentioned at the time, I really don't like the Pixel Remaster kept it as a flying castle rather than a space station. The whole point of the Pixel Remasters is to keep it close to the idea of the original games. I complained about it at the time. I'll let it go. But, yeah, so that was one thing they really wanted to do, was shift it from fantasy to sci-fi. And with the exception of the occasional throwback, like Final Fantasy IX, that is very much the way the series continues. Some games more than others, but sci-fi with fantasy elements sort of becomes more the trend. And here we get something else new. Stop them! For Narsh! Oh, no we don't. Never mind. This isn't what I thought it was. And yes, she has magic. She also has a lot more here. So let's try a Bioblast. And yeah. Hey, a potion. Alright. Let's heal her. Let's heal him. You know what? Let's heal him as well. Why not? You really don't need to worry about your health at this point, but... I do want to keep her health up. Let's try a Magitech Missile. That sounds fun. Yeah, this is the something new. We've got him trapped now. Hint pincer attacks. So, yeah, it's a new type of thing. One thing that's really cool about this section is that it is very much an introduction to the game, to the mechanics. They start us off overpowered. You know, anything we fight goes down one hit. We've got unlimited healing magic without any needing to use MP. They set it up in such a way that, yeah, I mean, you're just curb stomping everything. You are exceptionally powerful at this point. So it is a really good way of getting players introduced. Defend the mind! Yeah, this will just kill everybody. Yeah, Bioblast is just, kills everybody. I do wish that that it clanked. Something interesting about the Magitech armor before I actually go any further. There are 3 designs for it. The design... So Yoshitaka Amano came up with his own design. That is what you see on the logo, where it looks like somebody is riding almost like a mechanical dragon. Shibuya came up with her own design for it. And then I mentioned Takahashi. He was unhappy. He was unsatisfied with it, with the design. So he went. He came up with his own design and took it to Sakaguchi and said, "Hey, let's use this one." And Sakaguchi agreed with them. So, yeah, 3 designs for it. According to our source, some miners unearthed the frozen S-word and a new shaft. This must be it. A strange light fills the air. Do you want to learn about save points? I'm good, thanks. So yeah, save point. I'm not going to bother using it. I know save early, save often, and hey, yeah, our first random encounter is back attack. Right off the bat. First random encounter ends a back attack. Great. Yeah, save early, save often, yes, but there are limits to that. Hey, level 4 for Biggs and Wedge. Good job, guys. So, I will mention there will be other occasions where we'll be using the Magitech armor, but not very many. I'll handle this. Stand back! Good job! Give me a second. I wanted to try something. I wanted to check something very quickly. Alright. Didn't encounter a new enemy. I wanted to what I actually wanted to do was figure out how do I change between characters in battle. Because that is something that is new to this game, is the ability to change which character is, like when you've got two characters who have... When you've got two characters, two or more characters who have their ATB filled out. This is actually the first game in the Final Fantasy franchise that allowed you to do that. I'm guessing I could probably do that in previous Pixel remasters and just never bothered. But yeah, you can just... Anyway, yeah, new enemy, bandit. They're nothing special. I turned the experience and gil off just because I just wanted to test that. I knew there was a way to do it. I just wanted to test how to do it. We're not handing over the Esper! Ymir! Get them! Hold it! This thing's a... They must have trained with the guard of the mines. What are you talking about? You know what this is? It's a giant snail. Ever heard of a lightning whelk? That is actually, that's a real thing. A lightning whelk is actually a real thing. It's a large predatory sea snail. It's a monster that absorbs lightning and stores the energy in its shell. Right. So whatever you do, don't attack the shell. Got it. And oh no, a boss battle. Ymir comes from Norse mythology. Father of the race of giants, and grandfather of Odin. And I suppose just get 2 parts, head and shell. Haha. Take that, sucker. And now you do not want to hit this thing. I will show you what happens if you hit it. That is what happens if you hit it. Instead, you just gotta wait. Again, it's just introductory stuff. Wrong! So, same way that the Mist Dragon in Final Fantasy IV was designed as an introduction. Ymir is just is just there to teach you about game mechanics and everything. No guild, no experience, but high potion and ether. And hey, here it is! So, this is the Frozen Esper? This thing's giving me the creeps. Something's not right. The frozen creature begins emitting an eerie light. Where's that light coming from? Whoa! Bye, Wedge. What was that? Wedge? Wedge, where are you? Hey, what's going on? And so long, Biggs. We hardly knew ye. There were rumors that, once upon a time, there used to be rumors that Biggs and Wedge could be found later in the game. Could be found somewhere. But no, they're gone. I mean, we don't know exactly what happened to them, but they never show up again. So they're probably dead. And that is, that story progressing on the battle screen. That does become, that is a pretty big thing in this game. You know what? I think I kind of just want to stay in bed. Is it okay if I just stay in bed? Where am I? My, and I only just removed the crown. My head hurts. Yeah, sprites are even more, the sprites are even more, expressive here than they are in 5. Shibuya really outdid herself. She pushed to have the sprites bigger, so that she was able to get more expressiveness out of them. Easy there. This is a slave crown. The others were using it to control you. It was robbing you of your thoughts, making it so you do whatever they told you. I can't remember a thing. Don't worry, it'll all come back to you. In time, that is. A mysterious young woman, born with the gift of magic, and enslaved by the Gestalian Empire. So, in the original Japanese, her name is Tina. There are certain religious connotations that they were probably trying to evoke with the name Christina. Tina is short for Christina, which related to Christ, and blah blah blah. So that was probably what they were going for. But that is unimportant. What matters is that in Japan, Tina is a fairly exotic-sounding name. In North America, not quite so much. In North America, Tina is the opposite of exotic sounding. It actually ends up sounding weird to our ears in a fantasy setting. So she was renamed to Terra, which, a name that sounds exotic and also hints at stuff with her. It suggests some sort of connection to the planet. I will also note here that Terra is Amano's favorite character to draw. When we get into the gallery, you will see what I mean. And yes, use the name Terra. My name is Terra. Impressive! I've never heard of anyone recovering so fast. You must be made of tougher stuff than most. Open up! We're here for the Magitech armor pilot. Open this door right now! Hand over that girl! She's an agent of the Empire! I mean, I wasn't exactly in my right mind. Empire? Magitech armor? There's no time to explain. You need to get out of here. These fools aren't going to listen to reason. This way, quickly! Achievement. Mystifying Woman Achievement. Encountered the frozen Esper and awakened elsewhere. Before you leave, Elixir. Make your way out of town through the mines. I'll try to buy you some time. What a nice dude. In the original game, there was a pair of sprint shoes here. Just one tile too far over for you to actually get them. There were sprint shoes that you actually could not access. Up there! No, leave me alone! Leave me alone, you jerks. Where at? And, yeah, Terra does have magic. And I will mention, magic is really powerful in this game. One other thing I will mention here. It is advised to keep your levels low for as long as you can. As low as you can. For a good chunk of the early game. I'm not going to worry about that stuff. And we've got another save point. I'll let this episode be a little bit longer than usual. I'll go until the next point that I can exit, until the next point I can save. Because we haven't actually done much yet. Spritzer! Another new enemy. Ah, dang it. Alright. And level 5. And hey, treasure chests. Couple of treasure chests. One contains a phoenix down, the other contains a sleeping bag. I recommend not getting them yet. And clearly there's something over there. That spot of wall looks a little bit different. But we can't do anything with it. Go. Something that's probably worth doing right now. There is a reason for this. There she is! Well, that's not good. Well, that's not good either. My sweet little magic user. Whee! With this slave crown, you'll be all mine. Kefka. I doubt he'll be relevant later. Whee! Good, good! Burn them all to a crisp. Soldiers of the Empire, we stand at the dawn of a new age. The lost power of magic has returned to us. We have been chosen! The time has come for us to claim our rightful dominion over the world. Nothing shall stand in our way. In the original game, they did not raise two hands, they raised only their right hand. So in the original version of the game, they were just Seagalen. Hurrah! Long live Emperor Gustol! Took you long enough. Busy with all the robbing and plundering, I presume? A treasure hunter and trail-worn traveler, searching the world over for relics of the past. Look! He is our thief character. And his name is Luck. How ironic. Not not sure when it's actually mentioned. I think it's only at the very end that characters have their last names revealed. But his name is Locke Cole. Seen speculation that that Locke might be named after philosopher John Locke, and that his last name of Cole might be named after the Coal National Company, which manufactures keys. Fitting for someone who picks locks. I prefer the term treasure hunting. Ha! Semantic nonsense. There's a huge difference. Yeah. Waving his finger. Anyway, is there something you need me to do? There is indeed. I met the girl. Girl? You don't mean... The city guard is pursuing her as we speak. This city has the strength to stand up to the Empire, but it won't use it. The people are just too stubbornly independent to join an underground resistance group like the Returners. I tried to explain that the Empire was controlling the girl, but they wouldn't even listen. Alright, so you want me to get her out of Narsh? That would be the idea. Make her way to Figaro for the time being. I think he was originally supposed to be descending on a rope. Uh-oh, this isn't good. We've been found. There she is! Gonna have to fight her way. Wonderful. There's a whole bunch of them. If she was awake, she could just fry them. Kupo! Moogles, are you saying you want to help? Kupo! Their design was shifted a little bit for 6 compared to 5. Or 4. Or 3. Their design was shifted a little bit compared to the previous appearances. Most notably, a little puffball was added to their head. 6 was the origin of the puffball. Use us to protect Terra from the guards. Do you like an explanation? Sure. You'll fight using 3 different parties. Press the L button to switch between them. Defeat the leader of the guards before his troops reach Terra, or the battle's lost. Oh, actually. Better equipment for him. Moglin, Mogret, Moggy. Which is the L button. No? 1 second. Oops. This. Alright. So. Anyway, other characters. Mog, Malulu, Moggan, and Mogul. Let's see. believe. And yeah, Mog actually can have a change. Chain Flail and Buckler, Mithril Sword and Buckler, Moonring Blade. And in this one, we have Margaret. And that was Cosmo. Yeah, so Cosmo. What do they have? Chocobo Brush, Mithril Spear, Mithril Sword, Boomerang. And in this party, yeah, Margaret. Alright. So, yeah, the gimmick of this one is they keep progressing up. So you need to position your characters to defeat them. And a Mog learned Twilight Requiem. Don't think any of these guys have anything worth stealing, so I'm not going to bother stealing for now. Yeah, I was hoping that would count as a sneak attack, but it doesn't. Mugbug. I like the names. So, yeah, I'm just using these guys just to clear out the enemies. So that's the main thing that these parties are useful for. Alright. And take out these last couple. And that should be everybody. So as long as that's everybody, Mithril Shield on him. Yeah, a lot of Moogles here. That's 11 Moogles. Yeah. I don't think I'll need to heal. It is actually possible to just completely bypass all of them. It requires very careful placement of your units. but you can make your way through without fighting any of those battles. Got enough items? Yeah. I think actually. Right. Good idea to only. You bastard! Literally the one character I did not want that to happen to. It's a good idea to not to. Any chance that the stops. Oh, there it is. Dang it. Alright, this could end up going poorly for me. There we go. Now I can actually fight. Nuts, dude, no. Ooh. Yeah, this one can be tough if you've, I am likely to die here, aren't I? Because twice he used net on. Oh, that wasn't actually the one I want to kill. He's gonna hit a lot harder now. God damn it. Well, at least I did get the knife. And this should actually be quite a bit easier. Alright, so Mog has a gimmick. Alright. Yeah, so Mog is Mog is sort of a please be useful. Well, that did it. So Mog, I'll talk more about Mog another time. The fact that he is the only Moogle who has equipment that can be changed, and the only one who has a special attack. Yeah, we have not seen the last of Mog. Hope I got the mithril knife. Thanks, Moogles. We're in your debt. this switch oughta... Alright, convenient. And hey, we're awake. Eh? You back with us now? You saved me. Save your thanks for the Moogles. Ugh, I can't remember a thing. It's like my mind's trapped in a fog. You lost your memory. A man said it would come back, eventually. So you've got amnesia. Don't worry, I won't leave your side until your memory returns. Huh? I'm not gonna up and abandon someone just because they lost their memory. I'll keep you safe, I promise. I love how confused Terra seems by that, like, okay then? This is a school for the beginning adventurer. Despite all of our recent advances in technology, the outside world remains full of monsters we know little about. Here we provide advice to travelers brave enough to face its many dangers. We'll actually handle that another time. Alright, so... Is that... Hey! It's not safe here. We better hightail it south to figure out. But first... And with that... Just want to make sure that I can still... Yep. So I can go back to the adventure. I will do that next episode. But for now, we've reached the world map. So that is the intro. That is our intro to the game, which already very different from previous Final Fantasies. And it will get more different as we go along. It sets up a really interesting idea. Terra will be sort of our viewpoint character to this new world that we've stepped into. Her amnesia is really convenient for that because it allows explanation for things that that other people would already, that most people would already be aware of. So, yeah, very exciting opening. And the game's only going to get more exciting from here, I promise. And like I said, there's going to be a lot to talk about as we go along. But, for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.